Hi, my name is Pedro, President of Sunset Homes, and today we're with Dwayne Murray from RBC explaining everything we need to know about the construction mortgages. Now, in terms of interest payment, are clients paying on a monthly basis for the interest on the money borrowed or just towards the end? Like how does that work?
So once the construction draw starts, and if we go back into the initial process, so they've signed a contract, we've approved the mortgage, and now we're waiting for that first draw. So once we've approved the mortgage, the client's documentation goes to the lawyer, and then the mortgage is registered against title. Mm-hmm. From that point of view, build process has begun, and typically within the first 90 days we'll have an advance. What we do is we set the rate for the build process at the time of approval, and within 90 days that first advance has to happen, and that sets them into the market as far as what rates are today. So it's a little bit different than that, going back to that completion mortgage where we're setting, you can typically only have 120 days for a rate set. In a build mortgage, you're going to have that rate set for you right at the first advance. And what happens at that point in time, as the build starts, you're not going to have an advance out until probably 90 days, which is typically where you may have that subfloor, you're closed to weather. At that point in time, we come in and do our first advance. You start paying interest at that point in time, and you'll pay interest only on a monthly basis until the project is completed. And you only pay interest on monies outstanding. So if that first draw, for instance, was $100,000, you would only pay interest on that $100,000 until we do the next draw. And at that point in time, we would add the next portion of funds and then continue on through the process. Now, what's nice about Royal Bank's perspective is that we would set you up, say you set up with initially with a five-year term, the interest only portion of the term isn't actually starting your 5-year term contract. If it took 8 to 10 or a year to build the house, we're not going to start your actual 5-year term until we're at completion. Okay, so as soon as the property is then turned over and you've achieved occupancy, that's when your actual term starts. So you could have like a 6-year term at in the end of the day, which is kind of nice. So especially with rates the way they are today.
Yeah, perfect. Well, this is it from Dwayne Murray from RBC. And if you want to know anything else about the construction process of your custom home, please check our website.